there is a social cost to doing business, and the ways in which business can be beneficial to society is not entirely obvious or clear. The government has to play an important role in mediating a conflict between business and society, and in other situations and cases, the government needs to be reformed through a partnership between business and society. My research on all of these topics for the last several decades comes into the classroom with me. I am able to bring the social science theory about these relationships to bear upon the questions that we are discussing. Towards the beginning of my course, students often come up to me and they ask, how is it going to help them in their decision making, in their jobs, in their everyday professional lives? And I make it a point to emphasize that it may not help them at all, or at least in the short term, and that they should look forward to at least two levels of illustration. The first is, after they have gone through this course, they should expect to not have a knee-jerk response to a policy, to be able to distinguish between a bad policy and a conclusion that government is bad, that good governments are capable of making bad policy, and that bad policies are amenable to change, to reform and better outcomes. But the second illustration is even more important, is that even where some policies are bad for their business, they may be necessary for society, for the country. And this distinction is extremely important because there is a social cost to doing business, and it's not always possible to create win-win solutions. So if you are dependent on forest resources and forests are scarce, it's in the benefit, in the interest of the country to protect its forest resources, even if it hurts your specific interest or business. As a business leader, it is important for you as an individual to be able to step back and consider the greater common good over your personal selfish professional interest.